Hi everybody, it's Grace. Welcome to Eating Peace. I wanted to make a video today because it's my birthday. But it really made me think about something wonderful this morning because I had such a deep intention to have this wonderful day. Oh, it's my birthday. It's kind of a random date, January 28th. I mean, a birthday, you know. I wasn't there. I just been told this is the day I was born my whole life. And so this date has become to have significant meaning for me personally. January 28th, you know, and it's the winter. It's dark and rainy where I live almost every year. I've lived in some places where it's snowing and very cold, and I still can feel the sweetness of knowing just however this day is that I can think in the back of my mind, it's my birthday, you know, and just have this joy and kind of move towards things that support me, that feel loving and kind and good. I'm going to be sharing time tonight with my daughter and husband, and during the day I've made my load as light as possible when it comes to work. I've got some things that I'm needing to do today as part of my regular activities and tasks of life and work and career, so I'm wedging in a little bit tomorrow to continue the joy and getting myself a massage and body work. But so this is sort of simple and quiet, and this all feels like the most ideal, beautiful for me. But I love the sense that I can just simply know I want to have a good day. I want to have a good day. And here's the interesting thing that I noticed this morning as I reflected back on my entire life and January 28th, which, you know, of course I couldn't have lodged into my memory exactly what all my birthdays have ever been like since I was 18 or 15. But I had the notion that I know I've always wanted to make this a good day. You know, one date out of the year. It's kind of funny because this could happen for any day. But I don't think if I looked back and saw a movie of my entire life that I would have very many January 28ths that were upsetting or difficult or wrong, because I just intended them for them to be peaceful, easy. I know that even in the throes of my addictive behavior, when I had a raging eating disorder or smoked cigarettes or even partied and drank with people just for a few years in my early 20s, in college, I know that I didn't engage in over-the-top behavior in things that felt unhealthy for me on my birthday. Isn't that interesting? I didn't want to do it. I knew what the limit was, what the boundary was. I wanted it to feel good. I wanted to feel good on my birthday. I wanted it to be a great day. So it's so interesting that I could stop. I could stop a sense of depression or feeling pity for myself or lonely or off. I would just prearrange it. I would think, I know I'm going to want to have a good time that day, January 28th. And I would look ahead and just consider what it was that I felt like doing and what would be meaningful for me. And I would set up appointments, even if they were one-on-one consultations or, you know, readings or health-related sort of supportive massages and things like that. I would set that up. I would have phone conversations with people that I really cared about, who I hadn't talked with for a long time. So what that tells me and what I wanted to share with you all is, even if you have just incredible anxiety or a huge compulsion in your life that you're trying to take a look at and you find you don't feel peaceful, it is possible to know what you need to do, how far you go before you want to say stop. I just invite you to simply stop. So sometimes the reason people can't stop, you know, seeing where their boundaries and the edges are around some sort of compulsive behavior is because they do things that are related to what you hear a lot of in New Year's resolutions or a commitment to be on this diet. It's too rigid. People will say things like, I am never going to, you know, do whatever, binge eat again. I am definitely going to stay on this diet plan, right? And not ever go off it until I reach my goal weight. I am going to quit drinking completely and entirely. And then when that doesn't happen and it doesn't go that way, and you're moved to override that because of your discomfort, your troubled thinking, all your emotional anxiety or your confusion, and that's what the whole nature of compulsion is. When you like override that commitment and you wind up and there you are back again smoking a cigarette, you feel horrible about yourself. I failed. Look at me. I'm the worst person in the world. And that self-critical weight on you is just like so debilitating and horrible. And I mean, people will say, I've felt like this in myself in the past, boy, it's not even worth being alive. This is so terrible to flip back and forth. Well, just consider, maybe you've asked yourself of too much, this, you're just studying yourself. You need to study and understand this process, whatever's going on. It won't go away until you see what the lesson is, what is needing to be seen, what is needing to be in balance, what's inviting you to come out of your shell, through this process of a compulsive or whatever feels addictive, and to tone down that voice of self-criticism and just wonder, ask yourself, what would feel like if I had a good day? What would it feel like? What would I do? How would I be? What would I say if I didn't have any expectations? There was no way you could disappoint me. I could just relax and be calm. And I considered that a good day. Not in the sense of good, bad, like moral judgments, where you're a bad person because you went off the plan or did something wrong. But just, how about if goodness just showed up here with me all day? Unconditional love. An unconditional love. So it's really interesting that I just woke up this morning and thought, wow, I think even when I was in the height of my worst, most confused, terrible experiences in life, maybe acting out a lot in kind of behavioral, compulsive, addictive processes, very self-destructive sometimes, I would make my birthday a good day. Isn't that interesting? Because it would just be too disappointing if I collapsed on my own birthday. So it's so interesting to me that you can know that you've got that intention alive in you. That's why you're even here listening to this, because some part of you knows that you can stop. The natural you is the one who stops. The natural, accepting, loving, kind you is the one that knows to do nothing, that you don't have to reach out and go running and grabbing for things in order to calm down. That you can have a mind that's busy and frantic and upset and troubled, but you don't have to act on it. And so you can just make those parameters or boundaries or your intention whatever you need to, so that it's a relaxed one. It's not one that is rigid and can be failed. Maybe the best you can do is keep a journal on your compulsive activities so that you begin to really notice with bright awareness what is going on when you feel compelled to act in this way that you don't like. And that's the beginning. And maybe once you're ready and you take a look long enough and you have some support, you can do something like, what I can do today is I can promise, I can know in my heart, I am never going to binge. Maybe you're going to overeat a bite here and there. Maybe you're going to eat things that don't really fit with your body. But you're not going to frantically go and binge in that really fogged out, compulsive way. You might not be ready for that. You might be ready for that, but you see what's right for you, and it's always sort of an advancement or an expansion on the way. So you can do that. I invite you to just stop that thing that you can stop without self-destruction or hating yourself about it. All right, happy birthday.